In this video, I'm going to explain how to use Realtyzam as a brokerage. Now, there's a couple of things that we recommend doing. The first one is to set up an expense category for each of your agents. So this way, whenever you pay an agent a commission, you're going to record that as an expense under that category. And at the end of the year, you're going to have the total that you've paid that person throughout the year, and that total is what you're going to need for your 1099 that you'll have to issue them at the end of the year. So let's go to the More button. And we're going to do a couple of advanced things here too. So we're going to click the Edit Categories button. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to create a new category, and I'm just going to call it Agent Commissions. So I'll say Agent Commissions, and then hit Save. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a subcategory under that for each one of my agents. So I'm going to click the New Category button again. I'm going to now select this as a subcategory, and I'm going to choose Agent Commissions as the primary or parent category, and then I'm going to create the subcategory name. I'm going to use whatever the agent is. So let's just say that in this case it was Jane Williams. So now whenever I pay a commission to Jane Williams, I'm going to mark that as an expense. So there's a couple different ways here now you can record your sales, and for a brokerage, most of the time you're going to want to record those on the sales activity page. So if I go to the sales activity page, and I already have some set up here, you can just click the new button, create a new one. So we'll just start from scratch and we'll do that. So let's say it was a seller, this is going to be sold, it was a purchase, we can just put John Doe. You can put in the property address if you want to. It's probably a good idea, especially if you're tracking this stuff from for your agents and that sort of thing. You can put that in there. I'm going to skip it for now just to make this tutorial a bit quicker. You can put a lead source and so on and so forth. And you can put in the listing date, contract date, all of that stuff. Let's just say it was, April 1st, contract date was June 1st, and the closing date was today. It's just going to calculate your days on market. Let's just say it was $250,000. Was the list price, the contract price, sold at full price, the sale went through at the full price, and we can click next. Now in here, your gross commission is going to be the entire commission amount that is paid to your brokerage. So let's say, for example, that you had a 6% commission. So even though you have paid out an agent on this sale, you're still going to mark in here the 6% because the brokerage is actually receiving the full commission amount, and then you're paying whatever fees to your agents or to your franchise or what have you out of that. So you're going to leave that as it is. You can put in the commission receive date. Let's just say that was today. And in my category for that, I can click the whatever I wanted there. So I'm just going to click. I have a bunch of test accounts set up or test categories set up inside of there. So that's why some of the stuff looks a little weird, but you hit save. Now, what you're going to do is when the expense that you paid for your agent commission or your franchise fees or what have you, you're going to record those as expenses. So you can do that by going to the expenses here, and you can click new expense now, and you would enter it in here, or if you wanted to, you can still do it from the expenses page. I just want to show you that you can do it from either way. It doesn't really matter. If I click new expense, it's going to have those same categories up there. Now what I want to choose obviously is I'm going to select Jane Williams here if that's the agent who I paid on this sale, and I'm going to put in whatever that amount might be. Maybe it was $1,500. And then you could put in here, it would be Jane Williams. You really don't need to put the vendor in here since she sort of is the vendor on that. And then you can hit save. Now, when you do that, or let me go back in here real quick. When you're entering in there, you can actually tag that listing or buyer. So we're going to go back in here and we're going to select the one that I just did, this John Doe, and hit save. And now it's actually associated with that agent. So you can do it when you're setting it up. And if you notice, I kind of stepped through it pretty quick. But if you ever need to edit something, it's pretty simple. You just click on whatever it is, and then you'll see the transaction here. You click on it, and then you can make any changes that you need to here. But now that is tagged back to that sale, so you'll know, oh, this was for the John Doe, and if you need to click view, you can see all of the information right there. And then also, if I go back to my sales activity page, and I want to go look at that John Doe sale that I just made or sale that I just recorded, and I go to the expenses page, you're going to see under here agent commissions, and you're going to see that same thing. So this kind of gives you a summary view of the expenses that you had for that particular sale. So the same thing would work if you needed to record your franchise commissions. Let's say that your franchise charges a 1% fee or what have you. You could click new expense, and then you choose the category and enter it in under there. Same concept. So that's how you use it as a brokerage. Now, One of the other things that I want to mention here is now at the end of the year, if you go to the expenses page, as these commissions stack up, it's going to automatically have the total. So when you generate your profit and loss report and you give this to your accountant is going to say, oh, these are all, you can tell your accountant, these are all the agents' commissions that I had. Here's the 1099s that I need you to create an issue for them. And that's how you use it as a brokerage. Hope this helps.